Let's be honest, ordinary is not your lane. You've got a taste for the exceptional, and this corn beauty is your kind of moment. Elegant, unexpected, and unforgettable. These are the last 2 ears of my Iowa sweet corn haul. These last 2 ears are going on an adventure with you and I, because I saw this recipe and it was so bizarre, but it had everything that I love in it that I was like, can this work? It had miso and corn and cream, blueberries, lemon, and biscoff cookies. So we're going to try it together today. So we are first going to start out by cutting off the kernels of the corn, and then we are going to saute them in brown butter for about 5 minutes or so. I don't want to scorch the butter, so I am going to slow this down a little bit, but I do want it to brown. So I'm going to let all of the milk solids just cook off until there's some really beautiful, sexy brown flakes in there. And you want to use a pan that's this color, not a dark pan, so you can see when those flakes start to develop. That is what makes brown butter taste so good. All right, I'm going to keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Because we want brown butter, not scorched butter. Let's let that cook for about 2-3 more minutes. Okay, good. And the corn is talking to me. It's starting to pop out of the skillet, so we're going to pull it back into the same bowl is fine, with the help of your spatula, which is right here. We want to do this step first and the next step because we want to give the corn plenty of time to cool before we have to process it. All right, we're going to let it cool. This is actually how I love to eat corn before I discovered elote. Brown butter, a little bit of salt. Now on this one, we have not salted it. All right, we're going to salt it when we process everything. But yeah, this is perfect. Okay, we are going to let this cool. So the next thing we're going to do is a blueberry compote. You can use fresh or frozen blueberries. I actually like frozen blueberries because they seem to have more of an intense flavor and it's more consistent. Now sometimes you get a great batch of blueberries and sometimes you don't. So for this one, I really want to make sure I hit the mark. Since I am on an adventure, I want everything to be as perfect as possible. So we're going to start with blueberries. Frozen. A little bit of water, just a little. This helps them break down a little faster. And about 2 tablespoons of corn syrup. This is going to help make sure that no crystals form and everything stays nice and creamy and all that creamy dessert. All right, good. Okay, let's cook this. So this whole process takes about 7 minutes or so. As it starts to break down, I actually take a spoon or a spatula and start to smush the berries. You can see you only need a little bit of water. See how much water they're releasing with their own juice? We want the majority of that to evaporate, so it's like a thick, rich jam, right? But not too thick, because it's got to spread a little bit. A guy that came across my feed, his name is Matt Mancuso, I believe. So it was his recipe, so we're doing a version of that. I like him a lot. So this is how I tell when it's a compote texture. If I can drag my spoon and see some of the bottom of the pan, I know that it's perfect. Plus, this is going to thicken as it cools. And we're going to finish it off with a little squeeze of lemon. I do this last so we don't get too much bitter out of the lemon. And we're going to let it sit here for just a minute. I love these with black coffee. And it's kind of crazy for me to be talking about cookies and black coffee right now. I just got off of a 5-day fast. But there's another package of these in my cabinet. Oh, and you guys, the recipe is going to be in the description, so I'm not giving you this, but it's about 200 grams. But then we're going to pulse until this is broken down to like fine sand, because this is going to be our crust. It's perfect. I kind of want to do it again because I just love the process of processing anything in a food processor. How many times can you say process in a sentence? Okay, but yeah, this is pretty perfect. I am going to hit it one more time though.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine, and you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they...
Well, we know that it fits because it just came off, right?
That was right.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, twist it from there.
No, it's not doing it. Okay, that is exactly the texture that we want. See how fine that is and even? Oh, it's perfect. All right, so before we assemble the crust, let's get our pan prepared. Now, we're gonna freeze this overnight. Use some parchment paper to make it super easy for you to lift it out before you cut it. And I would suggest that wholeheartedly. First clamp. And I mean any clamp, y'all. All right, let's just get this done. There, and then here's the other clamp. Got a little square. All right, we're gonna set this aside and then combine the pulsed biscoff cookie crumbles and the melted butter. The biscotti cookie crumbles, and I've gone through just like one first pass to see if I fill any bigger chunks. Then 4 tablespoons of butter melted and cooled, and then mix, mix, mix until incorporated. Oh yeah, this is really good. Oh God, I want to taste this so badly. Okay, you're gonna take this mixture and we're gonna put it in the bottom of the, oh yeah, there's all that moisture. Dump it into the bottom of a 9x9 baking dish. And you can also feel where it's even and or uneven. And whenever you're doing a dish like this, you want the corners and the edges to make sure that they're patted down and that they're not too thin, because what can happen is you get too thick here and then when you cut it, it's like it's a little uneven. I mean, if it tastes good, nobody should complain, but you know, if you're like me, I'll be obsessing. So now let's get to that filling. And we're gonna take that corn, it's been cooled. We're gonna add it to a food processor. Use the mini one for this. A tablespoon and a little extra of miso. A tablespoon of vanilla, or a little bit more, because you can't have too much vanilla ever. And then sweetened condensed milk. Oh my God, that looks really good. All right, come on, honey. Just like a pinch of salt. All right, just to pop that little bit of, and then we are going to blend. I love this thing by Cuisinart. There, that easy. Ready? And we blend. I'm actually gonna let this go for a while because I want this blended as much as possible, because it's a dessert. We don't want any strings in it.
There we go.
Good, there. That's what we want. And now we're gonna strain this. There we go. And this is a quick little trick. If you're ever straining anything, don't use a spoon or a spatula. Use a ladle. This will give you more surface, and it makes the straining process fly. And because every second counts. There, that's done. We're gonna whip cream to some fairly firm peaks. That's what I want. Now we're going to take that corn miso mixture. And we're going to gently fold this into the whipped cream. Now, don't dump this all at the same time or you're going to overwhelm the whipped cream. We're going to take a little bit at a time. And this is folding. Easy does it. Use as big a spatula as you can. Happy with that. That's pretty good. And again, fold, fold, fold. And now let's bring back that crust that we had set aside, and we're going to pour this mixture right in there. Oh, and you can see that I took off those amazingly sexy clips. So just like a prelim taste of this custard, it really tastes like a really rich, like either Italian SemiFreddo or good old-fashioned Southern hand-churned ice cream. And the miso is enough to add some little special something, but not enough to say like, okay, there's like something super salty in here. It's really good. And you see those little brown flecks? That's from the brown butter and that corn. Now it's time to bring back that blueberry compote. And this is what it cooked down to. See those chunks? All right, that's what we want. So we're just going to dollop. Bloop, 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 bloop. We probably don't need the sound effects, right? Okay.
You know, I was just like, all right, okay.
That's what we're doing?
That's what we're doing, all right.
And I think I'm going to make sure that corner has some in here. I'm just going to do a series of S's back and forth. And oh, you know what? No, hold on. I need to make sure that the corners do have some love. Okay, there we go. How my recipe differs from his is there was way too much sugar. Way too much sugar. He added sugar in the blueberry compote along with the corn syrup. And again, he didn't give the recipe. His sexy ass just quickly gave the visual. So I was kind of trying to figure this out. And then there was another layer of sugar, and then there was another layer of biscoff cookies. That's going to be too sweet, way too sweet. So I did do some crumbles with some of the biscoff, and I'm leaving these a little chunkier because we do have to freeze this, and it really does need to be protected so we don't form any ice crystals. So that's all I'm going to do, because I really do want to leave some of that blueberry exposed because it is so pretty. And then to protect it, another piece of parchment paper that I'm just going to lay right over here lovingly. And I'm going to fold you people over just like so, lovingly. There we go. I'm going to wrap this and then we're going to freeze it. Magic of television. Oh, that's pretty. And this is why we love parchment paper. Woohoo! Unwrap that. Well, she is a pretty baby, that is for sure. Almost perfect. Okay. You know what? No, that's perfect. Oh, it's nice. It's dense, but it's not rock hard. So it is giving me like SemiFreddo vibes. Clean knife, always important. All right, I can hear how crisp the crust is. Oh, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful little sweet there. Okay, yeah. Even when we get into her, she's a pretty thing. right now. Okay, how do you taste? I love dense ice cream. I hate this manufactured, everything so soft and creamy. Give me something with some bite. All right, here we go, you guys. Oh my God. So the crust is obviously richer than graham cracker. Dialing back on this sugar is perfect. Texture that's on the top, it is fabulous. It is fabulous. It's a winner. It's a winner. Bye, y'all.